For the latest in strategic affairs, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click the bell icon for updates.
Did the Russian military and the government overestimate their strength or underestimate the resistance there?
Okay, so I think we're talking about a popular misconception, was better described as imagination failure, coming from some of the Western media outlets who presume that I think that Russia would have wanted to finish the military operation within 3 days or 4 days or something like that. We need to remember when speaking about this that Ukraine is Europe's second biggest country, second to Russia. And also its military capabilities are among the top tier in Europe at this moment. So I think it's kind of obnoxious to even suggest that Russia expected this to be over in a matter of days. So as for this part of the narrative that Russia has underestimated its capabilities and or Ukraine's capabilities, I don't think we can just state it so, I don't know, brazenly, because we need to understand that this operation is going to take time, and everybody from the get-go here in Russia, at the very least, knew that this operation was going to take time because we're not speaking about simply bombing the entire country. Russia is not using its military capabilities to their full extent, as you might understand. So it's more of it's a combination of a military operation with a humanitarian mission, and the humanitarian part is what makes it so hard. Really, it's what makes it. It is why this operation is taking this long as of now, because we see, like here in Russia, people see Ukraine as their brotherly nation. Like the people of Ukraine are brotherly nation to Russians. We have many, like people in Russia have many relatives living in Ukraine and vice versa. And as you may well know, many Ukrainians migrate to Russia. We're not talking about seasoned workers, but also like full-scale migration. And it's been happening, it's been going on for years now. So I think this is like to the largest extent, this humanitarian part is the reason why the operation is taking this much time.
In terms of the objectives that President Putin had laid out on February 24th, everyone around the world has heard the speeches that he made and given the history. Have those objectives changed in any manner? I mean, what were the objectives? Was a government change ever an objective?
No. Government change was never an objective. I mean, it's like throughout the last years, it was pretty hard having a constructive dialogue with the Ukrainian regime, especially for their Russian counterparts, for Russia's president. But at the same time, from the get-go, it was stated that Russia is not seeking regime change in Ukraine. That we see Russia sees President Zelensky as a legitimate president of Ukraine. And the only three objectives that had been stated and have been repeated many, many times is the de-nazification of Ukraine, demilitarization of Ukraine, Ukraine's neutral status, as if we speak in relation to the NATO participation in the NATO alliance, and also the end of genocide in the eastern part of Ukraine. So these are the main objectives, and establishing a proxy regime in Ukraine was never a goal. I mean,
Anton,
at the very least, yeah. I mean, at the very least, it was not mentioned.
Complete what you're saying.
Yes, I mean, at the very least, it wasn't stated at the beginning of the operation. And I'm not saying that after what has happened, after the catastrophe that the Ukrainian regime led its country into, that President Zelensky is going to stay. We cannot be certain about that, but we can say for certain that the regime change is not an issue. It's not a goal of the military operation that is being conducted now.